So that's a hefty old log I've just cut through there. I'm surprised. So welcome to a new video. This is a video on the Worx chainsaw. This is the smaller of the two. They do two versions. There's the double battery version and the single battery version. This is the single battery version, the 10-inch. So it's got a 10-inch chopping blade on it. This is how it comes out of the box. So this is what you're going to get. I didn't bother doing it out the actual unboxing straight out of the box. There's not a lot in there. This is what you're getting. So you're getting your blade guide, chainsaw blade, the chain, and a cover, and then the main unit. So this is how it comes directly out the box. And to be honest with you, it's very simple to assemble. There's not a lot to it. Before we put it together, we're just going to run through quickly just a few of the features or things on it. So at the top here, you've got a little viewing window on this side. You can see here, full, medium, empty. So this is just where you're going to put your, this is just your cap there, you're going to take off. This is where you're going to put your oil for the blade, for the chain. Now you need to make sure you've always got oil in there. Otherwise you're going to wear your chain out a lot faster, so you want to make sure you've got oil filled up in there before you start using it. But you've got your nice little guide on the sides. You're going to be able to see how much you've got. Then you've obviously just got, there's not much to it really. You've obviously got your button, which isn't going to pull until you push the safety button in. So you've got to push the safety button in first, then you can pull the trigger. A lot of chainsaws, especially petrol ones, this guard here is actually normally a safety lock as well. So normally you would have this as a safety lock, so that if there's a problem, you can flip it with your hand that's holding the handle and it will cut the blade off. That's a standard feature on sort of petrol chainsaws. This one doesn't have that. This is just a fixed guard. It's just fixed in there with 2 screws. It does protect your hand. Protects your hand, and you've got a nice, it's got quite a nice handle there to hold on to. So it isn't going to cut it off that way, so everything is relying on this hand to just let go of the trigger if there was any problems. So let's slap this thing together, show you how it goes together. The battery is held in this section just down here. Like I say, there's not a lot to it. So right, the first thing you have to do to put it together is this just undo this cap. Just keep undoing this screw, and that's going to take this side cover off. So that's the side cover off. You're just undoing that until the side cover comes off. This is the chain drive here, so this is what's driven by the motor. This is your actual chain support arm. It's going to fit on, sits on like that there. So what we need to do is put the chain on, and you need to make sure you put the chain on the right way. So if you put it backwards, it isn't going to cut. So if I can get that in on the video, these are your little teeth, and there is actually arrows on the chain. I don't know if you can see that. Try and get that in. There is some little arrows on the chain showing you which way round it should go on the cutting arm, and the teeth, you just need to make sure you can see with the teeth at the angle. So the angle is the cutting face. It's just a plain back on the other side. So the angled face is the cutting face, and it always has the little tooth in front of it. So what you want to do with this, make sure the arm is facing clockwise, make sure the arrows are pointing clockwise. And this is literally just going to locate over this drive gear. You can see, hopefully, that they slot in. So then what we're going to do, you can thread this. You've got a slot inside the arm there. So the chain actually just slots inside of that, and that's it really. So that's it. So you're going to hold that in place now. You've got the chain located inside of the arm, and then you've got it located. If you can see, there should be 2 teeth pretty much that's fit into the scallops on the drive. Then you just need to take this cover back that you took off, place that on there, apply a little bit of tension or just force, pulling the arm out, and that makes sure that the chain doesn't slip off, doesn't come off. So as you can see, I'm just gently pulling this right. Don't cut your fingers. And then that's it. So what you need to do now is you just twist this, and it auto tensions the chain. Right, and then if you can just pull the chain, a bit like you would on a bike chain, just to see what sort of tension it's got on it. Twist that up. That's pretty good. You don't want it ridiculously tight. You don't want it so that it's actually going to struggle to turn it, but you're just turning this until sort of hand tight, like that. So that's it. That's the chain on there. You can see that, and then obviously when you're not using it, you can just slide your chain guard over the top there. So that is it put together. It's that simple. Little fiddly, but simple. So we've got a fresh battery just charged. That's ready to roll. Slot that in there. Now next up is to put the chain oil in. So it's empty at the minute. I haven't put any in here before. This is the stuff I've been using in my other chainsaw. So I'll put a link to that. Hopefully if it's on Amazon, I'll stick that in the description. Let's fill that up. I'm not going to fill it to the top because I don't plan to cut too much with it at the minute. So as you can see, just below medium should be enough. So you definitely need to make sure you put some chain oil in there, otherwise it's not going to stay well lubricated and sharp. So that's in there now. So there we go. Let's get testing on some logs. So I've got a few small logs that I chopped up ready for winter for the log burner. Just grab wood wherever I can when it's available. So we're going to try these. I know they're a bit small. This is my chopping log. It's what I normally chop wood on. So don't mind my safety. Make sure you're safe. Ideally you should, when you use a chainsaw, should be wearing gloves, protective face mask, etc., so you don't hurt yourself. This is not a safety video, this is just a test video. So we're going to try cutting through this little log here. There we go, through that one. So let's just have a look at the cut. Nice and clean, nice and clean. So I didn't struggle too much going through that. That wasn't too bad. I do imagine that there's 2 versions of this, the single battery and the double battery. I do think if you want anything a little bit more heavy duty, so I'd probably say anything thicker than that, you might want to go with the double battery version. It's going to have a bit more power behind it, a bit more grunt. It's going to cut a little bit better, but again, no problem, straight through. As you can see, took this big chunk off here. Nice clean cut, it's not had any problems with that. Obviously, like I say, the main problem you're going to get with trying to cut a huge log is you haven't got the length on it. You've got 10 inches, so up to 10 inches you should be fine. But this is what, this has got to be about 20 inches. You could do it probably, I'm sure, if you still went straight through the middle and then come in from the other side. Let's go in from the side. I mean, it's certainly not cutting out, it's just keep going. It's not, there's no overheating on it, or, you know, no cutting out, electronic cutout. Pretty impressive for a little tiny electric 1 battery saw. That's got to be eating the battery, that has. That is eating the battery. This is only a 2 amp hour, but that's putting it up under such workload that's going to eat through the battery there. But look, that's a hefty old slice I've just put through the center of my chopping log, with enough battery power. And if you have a look at the diameter, the girth of this piece of wood, that's a chunky old log. If need be, you could get through that. You can have to do it in a couple of passes from either side, but and as long as you've got the battery power, it looks like it is up to the job. It will manage it. The 2 battery one would obviously probably get through it quicker and a bit easier, but this little one is up to the job still. It's still capable of doing it. I think I'm going to chop this all the way through. Probably gonna have to go grab another battery, I think, to finish this, but let's keep going. And just so I can prove that it will do it. So back with another battery. This, I think, might have been one of my earlier batteries, one of my earlier Worx tools, because this one doesn't actually have the LED status lights to show how much it's charged. I try to keep my batteries all pretty well maintained. You shouldn't let them go too dead. If you let them go too dead, they might not charge back up, so I try to keep them all sort of at least half topped up. But there should be enough in there just to finish off this log anyway. There, you can see now it will break, it will come apart. It should, there we go. So that's a hefty old log I've just cut through there. I'm surprised, I'm impressed that it's managed to get through there. Obviously it hasn't gone through as fast as a petrol chainsaw would, but you know, it's a very good value for the money, these little ones, and these are brilliant. You're not going to be attacking logs like this all day long, or if you are, then you probably need to get yourself a petrol chainsaw. But it has got through it, it's chopped straight through that, now ruined my chopping log. Yeah, so I hope that shows the potential of it. If you just need one big tree or something to cut down, it has the potential there to do that. Or if you're just going to chop up lots of little logs, your battery's going to last a lot longer if you're just attacking stuff like this, just to chop that up. Or even smaller, you might just want to use it just for sort of after you've pruned a tree or chopped some branches down from a tree. It's nice and light, it's not a lot of weight to that. It's very lightweight. I mean, I can hold that on my little finger, no problem. That's really lightweight, so you're not going to have a problem with the weight of it. And the noise, it's not too noisy. It says 96 decibels. I actually don't think it sounds as loud as that, but that's what it says. So yeah, that is the Worx 10-inch electric chainsaw. Tell me what you think, leave some comments below. If you've got the double battery one, also leave a comment, let me know how you get on with that one compared to this one. If you want the number for it, is this is their number, the WG322E. So that's the number for this one. But not bad at all. Let me know what you think, and thanks for watching, and please subscribe, and some more videos coming soon.